Hello Sobat Cendekia, welcome back to Bumi Cendekia podcast. And then we have the guest. Okay, her name is Kavya. Kavya, you can introduce yourself. Where do you come from? And then etc.
Should I say it in Indonesian or in English?
Sure, it's okay.
Okay.
Indonesian.
Halo, nama saya Kavya. Saya dari Michigan di USA. Umur saya 16 tahun.
Good.
That's like
Your class is good. Okay. How about Indonesia? Maybe why you interest visiting Indonesia?
I'm currently on a program called NSLIY with the US government to learn Indonesian here in Yogyakarta. I personally was very interested in learning Indonesian because Indonesia is one of the world's biggest biodiversity hotspots, and I'm interested in pursuing a career in science in the future. So knowing Indonesian would be really useful.
Okay. Okay, we talk about teenager. I want to know the difference teenager in Indonesia and America. What's the difference?
I think teenagers in Indonesia and in America are very similar in a lot of ways. A lot of them are very interested in social media, TikTok, Instagram, etc. I think a main difference for teenagers is schooling. Schools are a little different in the United States than they are in Indonesia. High school in the United States has 4 years instead of 3, and is less specialized than Indonesian high school.
About your school, what subject? Maybe several subjects you study in school, like science, it's things in Indonesia?
So in my school this past year, I studied biology, chemistry, calculus, music. I did violin through school. What else? Social studies and health. Those were my classes.
By the way, what's your favorite subject?
My favorite subject is definitely biology. I love science and I love biology the most.
Biology is, in my school, oh my god, so many chapter, and then I can.
It's a lot of information.
Yes.
But to me, it's all very interesting.
Wow. After you go back, and then you go home. You do what? Maybe you hang out with your friends, or you do your homework or anything else.
So after school, what do I do?
After school.
Usually I go home and I do my homework, but on days when I have free time, I'll go to the mall with my friends or watch a movie somewhere, maybe do shopping with my family. It all very much depends on the day.
In your school, if you have to pass, the government give you like national examination.
So I think the closest thing we have to a national examination, like the one Indonesian high school students take, is the SAT, which is an exam that measures mathematical and literary skills, so math and reading skills for all students. It's scored out of 1,600. Is it 1,600? Yes, it is. 1,600 total points. You can get 800 in each subject, a maximum score. It's very difficult for students to achieve a perfect score on the SAT, though. And it's just one factor in college admissions. It's not the sole thing determining what college a student goes to.
Okay, what's your hobby, by the way?
Some of my hobbies are biking, baking, playing violin. I like reading a lot also, and folding origami in my free time.
Oh my god, you're so attractive. Your grades or interest experience in Indonesia?
So I've been studying Bahasa Indonesia in Indonesia for 5 weeks now. And I've been staying in Jogja the whole time. I'm very much enjoying my time here. I'm having a great time in Indonesia, and I'll be sad when I have to leave in 1 week because I've gotten to eat so much wonderful food, see so many amazing cultural spots, live with a great host family. So overall, a very good experience here in Jogja.
In your eyes, how about Jogja? I mean, Jogja is so good. Maybe the waiter is so hot or anything that.
So Jogja is a much bigger city than where I'm from. I'm from a town in Michigan in the US called Okemos that only has around 30,000 people. So it's much, much smaller than Jogja. Coming to Jogja from such a small town was a big change for me. Also, Michigan is very cold, whereas Jogja is very, very hot. So that was another big difference.
I hope I go to Michigan and meet her some another day. What about the city you have been visited? Yeah, what the city and what's your plan about the next you visit the city? Like maybe your plan about next city.
So since I arrived in Indonesia, I've only been to Jakarta for 1 day, and then the rest of my time was spent here in Yogyakarta. I think I will be stopping back in Jakarta before I go back home to the US. I'm not sure if there will be time to visit other cities, but I would love to return to Indonesia in the future and visit other cities here.
Okay, well, how about the people in Indonesia, especially in Yogyakarta?
People in Jogja are very, very nice. Where I'm from, also, the Midwest region of the United States, people have a reputation for being nice. I think I was very surprised because Jogja is such a big city, there's so much traffic, and yet everyone here is so polite and respectful all the time.
May I know about your impression about the boarding school, the boarding Islamic school, especially Bumi Cendekia? What's your opinion?
It reminded me a little bit of ashrams in India for Hindu students, because those are also religious schools, or Christian boarding schools in the United States for Christian students. My impression of this school specifically was that the students are very enthusiastic, which I appreciated since I got to answer questions from everyone.
Okay. Maybe you can give us the message for the Santri, the student in here. You can say it.
Sure. Keep studying hard.
Keep studying hard. That's enough for me and Kavya, and then we will end up our podcast. And then, Kavya, you can say like goodbye or something.
Sampai jumpa.
Sampai jumpa. Bye.
Bye.